Morning. Looks like there's sun coming up. That'll be a treat. It got really cold last night. Thought it was cold the night before. But if you look at the tent, that's all ice, not raindrops. So I've been sleeping in an ice cube. Starting to melt. Here's the sky for the morning. Looks like a lovely morning. The sun is blinding. So feels good, but it's still freezing. But sure feels good. You can see my breath. You can see on here. All that is ice. Should shake it off. I don't have to worry about drying it off. Well, all packed up. Camp is broke. I don't know why they call it breaking camp. If anything, you're fixing it, so it'll be easier next time. Anyway, camp is broke or fixed or packed. Just gotta load up the bags and load up the canoe and on my way. It's so sunny, it's so nice. There is a breeze. I gotta work into the breeze, so I got some work ahead of me today. Just gonna go back the way I came, over that short portage for sure, and then in across Davis. So there's a few campsites there I'm gonna check out. If they're good, I'll stay. But yeah, I think that the weather's gonna stay freezing at night. So I got to make sure I got lots of wood in. The wood didn't even help me last night. The wind kept me cold. But could always just sleep, I guess, when it's dark. But I missed the stars because of it. They would have been brilliant because there's not very many clouds. But it was too cold. I was shivering most of the night, even with all my clothes on. So anyway, that's it. Just got to douse the fire here, and as I said, pack up, and I'll be on my way. Just gonna finish my coffee first, though. There's no rush.
Okay, well, I'm at the short portage again, and I was hoping that the sun and the work of paddling would keep me warm, but that breeze is biting cold. So I've just been wearing my shirt and my undershirt under, but that's not enough. I'm gonna have to put my shell on, I think, because now I'm going to be paddling into the wind for a bit. So I've got a zigzag pattern going, and yeah, that's what I got to do. But still really nice. But the breeze is definitely, winter's coming. Out of the channel. Gonna be windy. Well, made it across the first challenging bit. Now I gotta scoot across the main part of Davis. Just got a little float here through this little narrow channel. It's all burnt up from 2015, but still haven't seen any cabins. It's really it's crazy to me. The last time I came, I saw, oh, maybe a dozen, but of course nobody's around this time of year. Maybe if they're gonna get into hunting, but I don't know if you could even hunt in this country, because there's not really any trails other than portage trails. Bushwhacking would be nuts, insane. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe duck hunters, goose hunters, maybe. I'm not sure about that either, but there's definitely fishing. Tiny island ahead of me. It's blocking some of it. So the battery did conk out, but I'm across. Wasn't as bad as I thought. But yeah, the wind is coming straight down the lake there. It's a pretty big, long lake, and I overshot the portage because I didn't want to go by it and have to paddle up. So now I can paddle with the wind to reach it. There are a couple of campsites up here a ways, but I'm not into working into the wind. It's also gonna get overcast again, so I think I'm gonna call the trip just because it's been so cold. Unless that I got one campsite to look at. Unless it's spectacular, I might. It'll be just up ahead here, so I might call her finished. But 5 days is pretty good. I think it's 5 days. I've been 4 nights out here, anyways. So yeah, probably 5 days. But yeah, there's a couple portages to get through. If I keep going straight south here, there's one portage that'll get me into McLennan Lake. That's the one I took last time. It's a couple kilometers down the lake, but into the wind. This one, I don't think it's even a kilometer. And then it looks like a couple of shorties. Might save me some wind travel, so I'm gonna give that a shot. Some interesting stuff here, actually. This I think this is all wild rice. Very, very cool. The indigenous used to harvest some of this. It's quite a process to harvest though, so it never turned into an industry, but anyway, that's where I came from. Those true green little islands over there. As you can see, it's gonna get overcast tonight again, so let's have a look at the portage. These ones closer to the highway are usually well used. This is just supposed to be a little jaunt. Oh, That's super little. That's really nice. It shoots me into another little lake. And then I'm probably headed right across there. This would be a good group site. Oh, there's wood back here, I guess. It's definitely not as nice as where I was. That's for sure. It's still nice though. Don't get me wrong. Certainly do. Certainly do. Because you can't really beat that view. Maybe I'll try this one another time. Nice little lake there. Yeah, still haven't heard or seen a soul. And I didn't go that deep into the area. Thought there'd be some people. Other than that bush plane every once in a while. There gotta be people somewhere. So, unless I made a wrong turn, this will be the last portage. I'm gonna guess 200 meters. Last portage. Very muddy landing. I stepped in there and went up to my knee. So, I have to skid the boat across that, I guess. This is a very, very weird one. You would think that that would be the way to go. But I think I gotta go that way. But this is supposed to be McLennan Lake again. This is the lake next to the highway. So that was the portage. That'd be a hard one to find in here. So I marked it on the GPS. And then it's just a little tiny channel right here. Leads out into the main lake, McLennan Lake. And there's a bunch of islands here that I can skip through for most of it to avoid that wind. Okay, I wanted to give you a quick look at where the trip was. So started there at Bears Camp. That's Vince's place on Highway 102. And this is McLennan Lake here. So I booted it across here. And this little portage into Davis. Well, this is actually an unnamed lake here. And two little portages into Davis. This is an upper arm of Davis, which goes all the way down. Went across the top, into the other portage, into Foul Lake. So this is Foul Lake here, camp right down there. That's where I looked for the portage, couldn't find it, but I found it the next 2 days later, because it's 2 days there. And then from there, down, this is part of Davis again, and out of Davis, through this little beaver pond, into Bryan Lake, and then down the length of Bryan Lake to that campsite. 2 nights there as well. So to come back, I just retraced my steps down Bryan again, back across into Davis, and instead of going northeast here, I went west and followed Davis around and out to this portage. And that's had all the campsites there. The little waterfall was there, or stream rather, and portage out there, back into McLennan, and back all the way to Bears Camp. So just a short little loop here. Not even a loop, kind of a, but I'd spent 5 days on it, just taking my time and enjoying myself. The other time I went, I did this big loop around here, all the way up and through, and I tried to get through this, didn't work so good, and all the way around. That was a bit of a grind, so I wanted to take my time this time, and that's what I did.
Well, I'm here at Devil Lake, just above Otter Rapids, which is where Highway 102 crosses the Churchill River. And I'm gonna go try some fishing. So this is a Devil Lake campground. There's 3 campsites here. Nobody here. Yeah. And here's what I know the little Chloe works. So I'm gonna try, I can't remember what that's called. Some sort of deep diving minnow. So I'm gonna try that. See how that goes.
Wet, wet, wet. So I've decided I'm gonna run the chute. Only about a half an hour away from the truck, so if I do go for a swim, it's no big deal if I get too wet. So I'm gonna trip off with a little excitement at the end. I don't want to look. I'll check it out. Okay, point of no return. We're monsters. Well, I didn't cut across like I wanted, but not that much water in the boat. Not so bad at all. Whew. Well, there you go. That's the Barker Lake chute at super high water. I think it's a bit of a ledge, but it's washed out with the water. We gotta get across the other side. Well, I think that's the topping on the trip. I'm going to head back. No fish today, but it was a nice afternoon. Fishing down the lake and Barker Lake Stream. Thanks for watching. We'll do some more adventures later. In the land of the float planes.